Good morning. Mount Zen Matriculation Higher Secondary School welcomes you for online class. I am Uma John Basker. In this class, we are going to see English grammar, tenses. In that, we are going to see present tense. Chapter 3, Present Tense. What is tense? It's a time. We can divide time into three parts. We know about the three types of tenses that are used in English grammar, namely past tense, present tense, and future tense. That means past time, present time, and future time. Each of these tenses is actually verbs, regular verbs, and irregular verbs that are used to indicate the occurrence of an event or action at a particular time. In this class, let us learn and understand more about the present tense and its different types. Present tense, when the action denoted by the verb refers to the present time, it is said to be in present tense. Next, past tense, when the action denoted by the verb refers to the past time, it is said to be in the past tense. Next, future tense, when the action denoted by the verb refers to the future, it is said to be in the future tense. Now, we can come to know the sentence in the what tense. If you see the verb, the form of verb, then we can say whether the sentence is in present tense or past tense or future tense. Present tense. There are so many uses of tense. We use present tense to talk about something that is going on now, that means currently, or that is true and now and at any time. Okay, the sentence, the statement can't be changed. Anytime it is true. In other words, we use present tense to describe an event in the real time happening at that very moment. Now, let us learn detailedly the present tense and its types. Types of present tense. Here we are dividing this present tense into four. One is simple present, present continuous, present perfect, present perfect continuous tense. Now we are going to see one by one. First, we are going to see simple present tense. Simple present tense. Tense uses the same verb form as the root form of the verb. Okay. In this simple present tense, in the sentence when we are using the verb, we are going to use the same form, first form, V1 will be the right, that we are going to use in these sentences. And there are some conditions and when we can use the simple present tense. We use the simple present tense in the following conditions. To express what is actually taking place at the present moments. For example, animals eat grass for food. Anu plays cricket. Okay. And to show a fact or something that is always true. And for activities that we do daily, regularly or habitual. For example, we go to school regularly. Okay. In those cases, we can use simple present tense. And next, to express thoughts, feelings, opinions and beliefs. Okay. When we write our thoughts, feelings, so we should use simple present tense. For a planned action or an event that will happen in the future. The action may be happening in the future, but the planned one we are using in simple present. We use this tense with a few adverbs to indicate something that happens rarely. Okay, we are using the simple present tense with adverbs to indicate something that happens rarely. Okay. Next, we use it in news, reported speech, such as in sports, a narration of books and stories, etc. For schedules, plans, and programs, to give instruction. Next, to express universal truth. For example, the earth moves round the sun. A magnet attracts iron. Okay, this is the universal truth. So these kind of sentences should be in simple present tense. Next, to express certain proverbs. Okay, the proverbs also will be in simple present tense. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, till next we are going to see structure of this simple present tense. See, here when we write verb, it changes with he, she, it. Okay, when you use this pronoun I, you, we, they, the verb V1 we are giving as it is, like play means play, go, sing, etc. When it comes to he, she, it, okay, then we should add yes or es with verb. See, plays, sings, goes, does. Okay, examples, I go to school regularly. Here we can't say I am going to school regularly, it is wrong. I am going to, in the sense that is different, that is present continuous tense. Okay, this is regular verb, so it should be in simple present tense. Next, the earth moves around the sun. Okay, already we have seen this. Okay. Next, present continuous tense. This tense describes a condition or ongoing action at the present time. In other words, it expresses an action which is in progress at the time of speaking and has not yet been completed. In the following conditions, we use the present continuous tense. Okay. First, let us understand what is present continuous tense. That means the action started and it is happening. Okay. For example, the fan is running. Okay. I'm speaking. Okay. At the moment, the action is happening. In those cases, we should use present continuous tense. Clear. Next, what are the conditions that we have to follow to use the present continuous tense? As mentioned above, when an action that is occurring at the time of speaking. When we are speaking, the action should be happening. Next, when an action in the future is mentioned without specifying when it will occur. Okay, in those cases, we have to use present continuous tense. Next, when we talk about a planned or arranged event or action that is said to take place at a specified time in the future. Okay, now the action is planned, the event is planned that will happen in the future in the specified time. In those cases, we should use present continuous tense. What is the next condition? In conditions where the action or event is occurring but not necessarily while we speak. What it is? In condition where the action or event is occurring but not necessarily while we speak. Next, it is used in a changing situation. And next one, we use it with adverbs such as always, which describe an action that happens frequently. Okay, we know the word, right? Always. That means that is continuously. Okay, frequently. The action is happening. Structure of this tense, present continuous tense, subject plus am or is or are plus root verb plus ing. Example sentence: the noise is beginning to give me a headache. Here is beginning. Okay. And next, I'm complaining to his mother about him. I means the auxiliary verb you have to select am. Am complaining. Why aren't you doing your homework, Ravi? Here, aren't doing. Another some examples. I am going to my office. It is raining outside. The leaves are falling to the ground. Next, we are going to see present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used to express an action that has been recently completed. Here, the action that began in the past but are not finished yet and will probably finish in the present, or it might be completed just before. In those cases, we use present perfect tense. Here also few conditions where we should use this present perfect tense. For actions or events that began in the past and have continued into the present. To show an action that has been completed. To indicate a time period that has not yet finished. Used with phrases that begin with this is the first or second time and so on. To describe or express an action that is repeated in the past. Used to indicate or describe actions that have been completed in the recent past. Structure of this present perfect tense: subject plus have or has plus past participle form of the verb be 3. Okay. Here few examples. We have known each other for a very long time. There have been many contenders for this role. Has there ever been a war during your lifetime? I have just eaten. We have had the same car for 8 years. Next, we move to this topic: present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense expresses an action that had begun in the past and is continuing up to the time of speaking. Okay, here present perfect continuous tense means the action started in the past but still it is continuing. In those cases, we have to use present perfect continuous tense. And we use this tense in the following conditions: to describe an event that began in the past and is continuing into the future. To tell about an activity or event that began in the past and is now over, just recently completed or over. When there is no mention of time. Okay. Now we'll see structure of this verb: subject plus have been or has been plus root verb plus ing. That means verb present participle form. Example sentence: My hands are very dirty as I have been painting the walls. They have been trying to contact her. I have been working for them for the last 7 months. The party has been going on all night. And just here, quick recap. Present tense. Simple present tense used when an action is happening right now. Another condition used to talk about regular habits or routine. And next one, universal truth and proverbs. In those cases, we are using simple present tense. And example, Ramu eats an apple. Here, the structure of this tense, subject plus base form. That means V1 plus yes or es. And then rest of the sentence. Okay, example sentence, health is wealth, water is colorless. Next, present continuous tense used to describe an action happening at present. And example, Tommy is baking cakes. And structure of this tense, subject plus am or is or are plus verb plus ing. Next, present perfect tense used to describe past events that has present consequences. Example, Ravi has gone to the market. Structure of this tense, subject plus have or has plus V3. That means past participle form of the verb, then object. Next, present perfect continuous tense used to describe something happened at the past and continuing at the time of speaking. Example, Raju has been baking the cakes. Here, structure of this tense, subject plus have or has plus been plus verb plus ing plus object. Thank you very much.